She was unique in several ways. She was unique to live life, not in a sort of showy way, but she was quite ill the summer before she died. But she went to the Olympics for 3 weeks in London, and herself and Rode, she dragged herself to all of the events and wore the Irish flag and held the torch and did all of that. She wasn't an Olympian; she was a supporter. So I think her whole attitude was, I don't ever remember her complaining, ever. It was how do we get on, and how do we make it work now? And Ronan, her husband, was so supportive, and that was his attitude. It's a new equilibrium. How do we kind of cope with that? And in her work and in her school and as a teacher, she was determined every time she was put on any new treatment or coming back from thing, that her only really interest was actually getting back to work. She really loved the children in her school and her class. So I think it's the attitudes that she brought and that she demonstrated should be an encouragement to anybody who this terrible disease, and as we all know, it touches every family virtually. That it's how you take it, and she took it on the chin and kind of got up and marched on. But she lived her life in full. The St. Vincent's and the team and in there were wonderful to her, as was John Crown and all of his team and the people in the Clinical Cancer Research Trust, which we support, which the Caroline Foundation supports, and of course the Caroline Foundation really its aim is to fund the wages and the salaries of new Irish research in the cancer area, not just breast cancer but all cancers.